Hey, Tate here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Again, today as it is weekend, we're going to be looking into the macro picture, and the macro has not changed at all on the very high time frame, which is still this one where we had this as the potential 1-2 of grand super cycle here on Nasdaq. Again, I've labeled it as a 1-2 just due to the fact that we did go around the 84% down during the 2000s to 2002. And yeah, it is very massive correction. If that would happen from the current highs that we would have now, what we had back in the November last year, we would be coming back all the way down to around 2700 here on log, and yeah, that is pretty much it. So that is quite a massive thing. At the moment, I don't think that is going to be happening, just due to the count that I got here, where we had this as another 1-2 of super cycle, 1-2, 1-2, and 1-2. Now, the only issue with this count I currently have is how large this intermediate wave 1 here is. We could pull the wave 1 here into this high as well, while this primary one would be taking out the previous high. That is definitely one possibility. I just had difficulties labeling this inside structure or the subwave structure of this wave 1 if we did that, so that's the reason why I had it here. But yeah, for sure you could be having this as some kind of 1-2 here as well. I do still like the structures that we are having here quite a bit. We can see that as the price rose, we are only starting to get lower RSI lows, basically after establishing these lows here. So we would be creating this as a potential 1-2, and then we would be getting another low here only at these highs, these lows. So which would again tell that okay, some of these structures are starting to fade, and some of this momentum is starting to turn, because again we are making lower lows on RSI, meaning that a higher degree wave structure is ending here. Again, these three wave structures, so a three-wave structure here, and then a potential another one here, which would be again larger, taking out lower lows here, and coming back all the way down to here. So again, as long as we don't break this structure over here, there is still a possibility that we are within this same cycle. Again, however, this is already so large in comparison to the previous ones that it fits quite well against this. So we would have some kind of alteration against this wave 2 with this potential wave 4 that we are having. Now, depending on the asset you're currently looking at, the markets are telling that, okay, there could be some significant change to the downside soon, especially if we are comparing this to the Dow Jones, where we have already taken out the highs that we had on August. So this would have rallied something like this, where we would have a three wave, and then potential another three wave downwards. Again, that is the only assets here on the large indices that are actually have taken out the highs of that August. So definitely that is one to look for shorts as well. But yeah, that's higher time frame expectation at the moment, that we have created a wave 3 up in here of super cycle, looking for that wave 4. I definitely hope we don't take out this low here that we had put on the March 2020 lows. I got a bit different count against the S&P 500, so it definitely will be interesting to see which one of these is going to be lasting, and which one is going to have to be changed, because again, the expectation is generally we don't want to be seeing these lows to be broken. If we are taking out the log, we can see that this can definitely come down way deeper still, all the way down to the $6,500 area, which would be another 50% or 44% drop down in price. But again, that would be going beyond the 0.5, and at which this is definitely not very likely to be a wave 4 anymore, but instead something else. On logarithmic scale, we had a way more forgiving target here for that 0.5 retracement of 4,131. Again, that is something at only which we could be starting to question this more. But I do like the use of logarithmic scale into these bull runs, and during the bear markets I do seem to get better results without having the logarithmic chart or logarithmic scale on. So for this smaller time frame structures, again this would be the high of that third, and then these corrections downwards, I do feel like the arithmetic scale is providing a bit better feel. But yeah, that's the higher time frame. Let's check out the more local time frame. Of course, not letting that go either. So the idea here overall is that we had a three-wave structure here, like in all the other indices. This structure here is a bit different. It is not very particularly pretty, and we don't even hit the 0.618 here. However, on other indices this looks a bit better, so that's why I'm rolling with it at the moment. There's definitely possibilities where if we could start the count from here, we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, not the prettiest of counts. We don't have overlap between 1 and 4, but yeah, that is just something to keep in mind. If we had some kind of truncated fifth here, but again, if we are having this as the fifth wave here, I don't think it makes too much sense to force this into a three-way structure downwards and having this as the fifth. So just because again this would be so much larger than the previous structure over here, right? So that's that. I do think that again this looks pretty okay as is, as a WXY coming down. So with the same idea that we had on the other indices, where we would have this as the three-way structure into the first of W, and then again a three-way structure like so, either this structure as a three-way structure into the X, or the X wave is just this part. Again, we don't know of that yet. We have some targets here already hit for that three-way structure, A, B, and C. However, this does not really fit too well into the idea of being a five-way move here at the moment. We'll look into that next after showing you this count. Again, as mentioned, this would be the connector wave structure, and then we'd be looking for this kind of structure where we had this as a potential five-way move into an A wave, a three-way pullback potentially already been done, and now we would be turning down into another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. And again, we do have quite a low target here. 1 to 1 would be around 8k, which would be definitely quite devastating. Another 30% drop here on arithmetic scale, and even more, well, a bit less actually on logarithmic scale, to around 22%. But yeah, let's actually check out the local targets more if we are placing it just close by here. Yeah, 1 to 1, 8880, 81, and 1.236 fits very well with this 1 to 1 extension on the higher time frame. So that area definitely has the most confluence, at least as the targets that we have here. Of course, we would need to be checking how this forms into a five-way move, if it does at all. So those are the higher time frame expectations. One of them is expecting a move like this, and another one is expecting a move like this. So we'll see which one is going to be playing out. Again, the earlier longs from these were way more safer than shorts right now, because again, here we have two options. We have this as the option, or we have this as the option. So we could be in the area where we are getting that actual deciding factor into markets, which way we are going to go. If we are going to go up, then I'm not really sure what the Dow is going to do, because it is already so high up in the let's actually check that out. I think I have it here. Again, we still have that double divergence here on 4-hour time frame. So in comparison to that Nasdaq, you see how much we have only retraced, around 6% from all-time highs, 36,890. And yeah, on Nasdaq, this is so much more. 29%. So they are starting to be quite different, and the money flow from Nasdaq to and S&P 500 to other areas in the markets are definitely seen now. So let's take a look at the smaller time frames while we are at it. The bear idea, where we were expecting a three-way move upwards, could be already complete as mentioned, where we would have this as a three-way structure into A, three ways into B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into that C wave, having that divergence between these two peaks. Definitely a valid area to look for shorts. This is not hitting the targets of this ABC perfectly, nor did it hit any kind of a good targets for this fifth wave here in comparison to this wave 1 here. So that has to be kept in mind. There is still a possibility where this whole thing is a wave 4. So we would be looking to get an alteration basically for against this, because again this here was very small of a wave 4. So so there is definitely a possibility where we're just doing something like that, or the wave 4 wasn't here. But again, I think we did actually take out the lows, so I don't think that is possible anymore. But yeah, wave 4 could definitely be at these lows, and this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we would be getting that divergence here, and then divergence against these and these highs. So that is that. That's the bearish scenario. Still, at the moment, if we are just looking at the way we have labeled it into the top of these, around the 12,122, would be the fifth wave, and this would be a three-way structure getting to the 1.236 extension here for that wave Y. 1.236 extension of this move as well looks very good as a three-way structure. Then another three wave, and potential five wave. We did have some divergences here happening, so there is potential that this was again a five-way move. Again, really ugly. I can't really label this more than this here, unfortunately. But sometimes the indices are not just giving us too much to work with. But yeah, that is definitely a possibility where we have this as a three-way structure. Now we'll see what kind of structure we are going to be forming here. If we are looking into the correction downwards here, with this being a W wave, X wave, and the wave Y, target one-to-one target would be around 11,343. Then again, if we go below that, we can clearly say that, okay, that is no longer a wave 4 in any case, because again, that would be too large, and also we would be getting into the wave 1 territory here around the 11,200 area. But yeah, the expectation here would be some kind of three-way move. I would expect a zigzag here, as per the structure here is kind of impulsive to the downside at the moment. But again, that can change, of course. Then we had the more bullish count, in which again we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 1 or wave A. Again, both are possible. Then another three-way move here into wave 2 or wave B. And yeah, that would give us the very same structure into these highs, having this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 1, 2, just 3 here, and this peak would be the third of third, which definitely does make sense as well. Having this as a wave 4 here kind of fits as well. We don't really want to be going lower than these. Again, that would be bringing us below the 0.5 retracement of this third wave, which generally should not be broken for a wave 4. At the moment, we are battling against this final channel here that we have labeled, so this definitely has some kind of support baked into it. We have danced right around it for a couple of times already. We have established this previous area as some kind of support area for sure. We have had consolidation here before, and we're getting some kind of consolidation here now again. However, getting some kind of long setups in here could be tricky. Again, we have only retraced the 38.2% at the moment. So if we want to be having this as the wave 4 here, I would be expecting us to be getting a bit lower. The 0.5 again definitely has more confluence here as well. Check out some of the levels here. Nothing really fits too well overall. So yeah, there's not too much we can get stuck into. Negative point of control right beyond the or right above the golden pocket. Maybe that has some confluence on it. But again, we would definitely need to be monitoring how this is doing, and if we are going to get some kind of three-way move back and then another three-way push down, and then getting possibly to that one-to-one area around the golden pocket. Of course, we need to be measuring those out once this retracement is happening and starting to come back down. Again, just one scenario. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for this video on Nasdaq. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Links to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of the day. See you next video, bye bye.